This is a really sad looking muffin. And this muffin is from Starbucks. It is their blueberry muffin that you will find anytime you go to a Starbucks. As you can see, it has a really high dome on the top, or as some people would call a muffin top. Some blueberries speckled throughout. It's got some crisping along the edges, but it feels very, very soft. And I think I can do it better. So I'm gonna show you how to make my famous bakery style blueberry muffins. I'm gonna tell you how to make them more flavorful, how to make them super fluffy with an actually delicious crispy crumble on top. And stay tuned till the end because we're gonna do a taste test. In fact, the entire team is going to participate in the taste test and we'll decide who has the better muffin. The first thing to achieving a delicious bakery style blueberry muffin is to add a little oomph. And when I say oomph, I mean brown butter. Classic me, I know. But I have browned 1 stick of salted butter. It's going to add nice notes of caramel and hazelnut flavors, and it's just going to boost the flavor in every way possible. The other thing that you wanna make sure is that this has cooled before we use it in the muffin batter. So make sure it is completely cooled. I just would let it sit for about 15 minutes. So we're gonna set this aside and then we're gonna make a crumble. So this crumble is really fun because it is brown sugar forward. The first thing you're gonna wanna do is add some flour to a bowl. And I'm weighing all my ingredients today. Little all-purpose flour, perfect. We're gonna add a hint of cinnamon because to me, when I have like a crispy little bite of a crumble on top of a muffin, I wanna get a little cinnamon in there. It's not traditional, but it is delicious. What's next? Brown sugar, baby. So I'm going dark brown sugar for, again, more flavor. Like we are trying to build the most delicious bakery style blueberry muffin. So brown sugar, dark brown sugar specifically is where it's at. So you're gonna whisk this up with a fork. Get that brown sugar mixed into the flour, and then you're just gonna add a little bit of butter. Just a little bit. The butter should be melted and it should be salted. When I am making a crumble for anything from coffee cakes to muffins, I always like to use my hands to kind of put the flour together and to really just get those nice big clumps. You're getting bigger pieces, you're getting smaller pieces. It should basically look like wet sand. Now we're gonna stick this in the fridge while we make our muffin batter. Next, we are going to mix together our wet ingredients. So you're gonna add all of your brown butter to this bowl. Oh, looks so freaking good. Get a spatula. Every time you are working with a brown butter, you wanna make sure that you scrape all of this out of the pan. This is where all of the flavor is. Get every single drop. Next up, we've got some regular organic cane sugar. Granulated sugar also works. And this is just to sweeten the muffins. There we go. 2 eggs. So for the milk in this recipe, you can use whatever milk you have on hand. Typically, I just have almond milk on hand, but if you have a whole milk, that totally works. Skim milk, whatever, it's just a half a cup. You'll be fine. Next up, the 2 things that make muffins incredibly flavorful, both of these. We're not only using vanilla extract, but we're also using almond extract. So vanilla, we always
measure with the heart.
The
rest of the bottle.
That's the rest of the bottle. Just whoa. And this, you're only doing a half a teaspoon of almond extract, but I just love the flavor boost it gives these blueberry muffins. Blueberry and almond are a match made in heaven. Don't skip it. Again, I'm eyeballing it.
Have you pulled up both bottles?
Don't do that at home. You're just gonna whisk everything together until it's nice and well combined. If you are a blueberry lemon lover, you could absolutely zest 1 lemon into the sugar and rub that mixture with your hands before you put everything together. It'll add a ton of flavor. Another quick tip is you wanna make sure that all of these ingredients are at room temperature so that your butter does not harden, which is something that can easily happen. Next, we are going to add in our dry ingredients. So we've got some all-purpose flour. Oh my God, perfect. And we've got some baking powder to really make these muffins pop. We're gonna get that nice big dome, that nice big muffin top. 2 teaspoons. and a little bit of kosher salt. And then we're just gonna mix it together. This looks really good. It's okay if the batter has some lumps in it, no worries. Don't go crazy, don't overmix, just get it nice and smooth. And now it is time to add our blueberries. To kick things up a notch, a little bit more of a notch flavor-wise, we are gonna be using some wild blueberries. Wild blueberries have so much more flavor than regular blueberries, so I highly recommend trying them out in this recipe if you happen to find them. So what we're gonna do with these is we're gonna get a bowl. And we're gonna add in 2 cups of blueberries, right? Yeah, right. Which is basically the whole bag. Now, in order to prevent these blueberries from sinking to the bottom of the muffin, we're gonna coat them with a few tablespoons of flour. Sprinkle the flour into the bowl with the blueberries. And then you can just give them a gentle toss. So that they're well coated. You're just gonna add the blueberries into the batter.
Last one.
Uh-oh, I'll eat it. And then gently fold them in. It's gonna create these really pretty purple swirls throughout the batter. Oh my God, total blueberry explosion happening right here. Don't go too crazy. I'm getting crazy. Take a sip of coffee. Okay, we're ready to get our bake on. So I have a 12-cup muffin pan lined with muffin liners, and we're just gonna scoop the batter directly into the muffin liners. We're gonna fill them up as much as we possibly can and then put that crumble on top. Instead of using something like a measuring cup to put it into your muffin liners, you can use a large cookie scoop. It's going to be a lot easier to get it out. You can just scoop that right in. Okay, I will link these below for you because I feel like they're a game changer, and I like to use them to make really big cookies, so you'll need them. All right, so I've gone through, put a big scoop in each of them, and I have a little bit left over, so I'm gonna kind of just evenly divide the rest of them. Shaky, 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 shaky. By the way, I probably didn't talk about why I put it in the fridge, but that's to get these pieces nice and hard so that when they come out, the butter has solidified. You can just easily put it on top of these muffins. Sometimes I'll give it a little bit of a squeeze before I put it in, just to add even bigger crumbles on top. We're gonna bake these, but before we do, I wanna talk to you about baking muffins in the oven. So in order to achieve a really nice dome top, like this one has, a really beautiful muffin top, you need to bake them at a high temperature. That will make the baking powder activate really, really quickly and help the muffins to kind of pop up. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna bake these muffins at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about 20 to 25 minutes, and they're gonna be beautiful by the time they come out. These blueberry muffins have just come out of the oven. They look beautiful. Look at this golden, crispy, crunchy topping. I'm gonna put them onto a wire rack and then we can really take a good look at them. As you can see, these muffins aren't as tall as the Starbucks one, probably because they're real and not manufactured in a lab, but they have this really beautiful, crunchy golden topping, which is from the brown sugar, and it got nice and toasty on top. So you're gonna get like a crunchy bite when you first get into it, and then it's going to be so moist, I said it, and fluffy on the inside. All right, cutting it in half so we can see the middle. So this is the Starbucks one. It feels moist, but let me try it. It's weird because it's moist but also dry at the same time. It's almost like spongy. Yeah, it's interesting. When I press it, it kind of just like glops together. Look at that. And that's, I just pressed it. So it's got this weird texture when you bite into it. It kind of just doesn't even taste like a blueberry muffin, even though there's blueberries in there. Are they real blueberries, Starbucks? Okay, now mine. You can see it's got a nice golden crumb topping. It didn't rise as high as the Starbucks muffin. It probably has a little bit less batter in there, but look at this. This is absolutely bursting with blueberries. You can tell right off the bat. It's got a nice crisp edge to the dome versus this was all kind of one texture. Okay, let's cut this open. See what it looks like. Wow. So there are a ton of blueberries in my muffin, obviously. Yes. But it feels very nice and fluffy, feels moist. You can see it has a good crumb to it. Take a little bite. I'm excited. I'm excited. Wow. It's crazy the flavor and texture difference between the two. Like this one just, it melts in your mouth in the best way. It's fluffy. There are blueberries in every single bite, probably because I use wild blueberries, but damn, I love how vanilla forward it is. The brown butter hits you like sort of on the back of your tongue. You get like a really nice caramel flavor. Yeah, definitely better than Starbucks. Let's have my team come in and do a little taste test and see what they think. Right here, Addie, everyone. Paper towel's right in front of you. Okay. Kristen's gonna come in too. Hold on.
Same time?
Same thing.
Love it. You're closing your eyes, I promise.
Oh gosh. You promised. The one on the left. Kristen, did you try it?
I ate it. Yeah, she did. She did.
I mean, I feel like it tastes, I think it tastes like a blueberry muffin. I don't know. I didn't get a single blueberry in mine. Did you?
Oh God, I'm nervous.
Did you even eat it?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so just tell us about the muffin. Tell us, okay, Kristen says
It's very sugary.
Okay.
It's very like, I think it's very basic. It's nothing like to write home about, to me.
It's very like, I don't know, I don't really taste blueberry.
Same. It tastes really, like it tastes like vanilla cake.
It tastes
like a box cake.
Yeah, it tastes like a muffin I would get like, I don't know, in college. Wrapped in plastic.
Yes. Oh my gosh,
okay,
yes.
okay. Okay, let's try the next one.
Whoa. Mm.
I
That one's really good. Wow.
I definitely taste the crunch more.
Mm-hmm. It's super moist like throughout. And the blueberries are like
And
immediate.
it doesn't like melt, it's like mold together in your mouth. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like it doesn't like.
This one
like
definitely tastes homemade.
Yeah.
I vote homemade.
Oh, and I'm getting the blueberry.
No.
Well, at first I was like,
Wait, can we open our eyes?
Yeah. Open your eyes.
Yeah.
Yay!
First one you
No,
had
this
was
is way better.
Starbucks.
The Starbucks wasn't as bad as I thought, but it had no blueberry.
It definitely
in
had no taste.
It-
That's my
yeah.
thing. It didn't have any taste.
But it didn't taste really artificial to me, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just
This
tastes
is
like,
really good.
but you're right. It tasted like a muffin that would be wrapped in plastic, like
Yeah.
box, like a
And
box.
I didn't taste the crunch of it.
Okay.
The winner.
Really good.
She
And
did
I've
it, folks.
I've never had them before, so.
Yay!
Better than Starbucks bakery
Better than
style blueberry muffins. So if you're looking for a great blueberry muffin recipe, this one is going to be it. And be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.